And welcome to Hannity. So we are at the end of a very busy week. No one's happier, by the way, than President Joe Biden. He now gets to spend more quality time resting and relaxing at his home in Delaware. Now, of course, it has not been a very busy week, or month for that matter, for Joe Biden. Now, yesterday, he completed just his fifth public event in the last 27 days. According to RNC research, it was a short trip to North Carolina where he attempted to talk about high-speed internet. Well, instead, Joe got dazed and confused as usual on stage, randomly starting to ask for someone named Deborah. Deborah wasn't there, but he thought he had just taken a picture with Deborah. Maybe he just simply imagined it. Take a look.
I also want to mention Congress Deborah Ross. Where's Deborah? This year, I just had my picture taken with her. That's probably why she left. No, all kidding aside. Anyway, she couldn't be here, actually. That's not true. I got it mixed up. And she has, she fights very hard for the people of this district, and she's up in Washington right now.
Joe is often mixed up. Anyway, he's not well. Let's just be dead honest here. This man is not well. It's sad for him. It's sad that nobody in his life will intervene. It's also scary for all of us, everybody in the country, and frankly, it's a scary scenario for the world. The President of the United States of America clearly does not have the cognitive bandwidth to do any job. I don't think he could be a Walmart greeter for that matter, much less serve as the leader of the free world. And he's now running for re-election. This is the definition of insanity. Now, to be fair, Biden didn't just give a speech in North Carolina. He also visited the delicious Greensboro-based chain Cookout, where he enjoyed some ice cream. It's Joe's big reward for a hard day's work. This is such a ridiculous game that Democrats are now playing. They trot Biden out in front of a small crowd of hand-selected guests every few days. They carefully guide him onto the stage. The fewer steps, the better. Somebody's on standby to walk him off stage left or stage right. They load a short script into the teleprompter with the biggest font possible, obviously written by a staffer that Biden probably doesn't even know or remember. And then finally, they all cross their fingers and they're hoping and praying that Joe Biden can make it through the speech without botching it up that badly. We're all supposed to, pretend that this is normal, that this is okay, that this is fine? Your president is running on empty. As a result, our country is being run into the ground by woke, entitled, radical socialists who spend their entire lives in and around the Washington swamp and have zero understanding of the real world. This is one of the major reasons why multiple polls show Donald Trump beating Biden in a hypothetical matchup. Now, the latest Messenger Harris poll has Trump up by 11 with independent voters. Another major reason for Trump's polling edge appears to involve the many legal cases against him. Americans now rightfully view Donald Trump as being politically persecuted, facing off against an abusively biased system that's corrupted by partisan bureaucrats. For example, Fulton County DA Fani Willis now attempting to prosecute Trump for more than a dozen felonies, RICO charges, racketeering, a charge, by the way, normally used for organized crime, including drug dealers and gang members and the mafia. In order to pull that off, this aggressive prosecution, Willis used a massive amount of taxpayer funding to hire outside attorneys, some guy named Nathan Wade. Now, according to allegations from a divorce proceeding, Willis was having an affair with this lawyer and going on trips and tropical vacations with the lawyer, who was being paid an obscene amount of money. The pair were even traveling together during their investigation into Trump. Now, of course, this is all, seemingly financed by $654,000 that Fani Willis' alleged boyfriend earned from the taxpayers in Fulton County, Georgia. And to make matters worse, this guy has very limited experience prosecuting criminals outside of his work with traffic citations. So you got to ask, what's going on here? Well, I think it's obvious to connect the dots, but as we speak, Fani Willis, beyond playing the race card, is desperately trying to squash this subpoena related to this alleged misconduct, all while refusing to confirm or deny her inappropriate affair allegations with the special prosecutor that she hired and paid the obscene amount of money to and went on vacation with. Once again, the very same people, the ones that proclaim no one is above the law, they seem to think they themselves are above the law, when in reality, many of these prosecutors are nothing but political hacks motivated by fame and fortune and an unyielding hatred for all things Trump. And, of course, they desire power. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.